Hello, Watem here, welcome back to some more Umineko When They Cry. Let's continue. So, yeah, going back to this, I don't like that you're forbidden from making a move that would leave the opponent without the possibility of making a move. I think either it should be something like in chess where it's stalemate, or if you don't allow stalemates, something like Stratego, where if you can't make any moves, you lose. It makes more sense than forbidding the person from making the move which should prevent them from making moves. Also, apologies for the lack of videos recently. I have been feeling under the weather a bit, and then just really tired and low energy. But hopefully I'm back now. We'll see. In case, let's continue. So it was already checkmate from the very beginning. Lana had no way to turn the game around. However, regardless of what the real truth between the pair of them had been, this game would be...
他に手は真実を守る魔女狩り大司教
いえ、デザインです。
I mean, to be fair, you were the one that designed the game. Like, making a game that's completely stacked in your own favor, and then gloating about your own win? Not sure what that really says about your character. Erica had succeeded in crushing her opponent with the truth she espoused. That her former boyfriend no longer loved her and was cheating on her. Her opponent had no way to argue back. After all, humans are not allowed to. Splendid game. A splendid finish from a superior position. Now, being able to win from a superior position really says nothing about your own abilities. But being able to win from an inferior position, or even just getting a tie from an inferior position, that does speak volumes about your actual ability. Regardless of the truth of her opponent, Erica could win. A splendid victory. But also hollow, you know, if it's so easy, then it kind of loses its enjoyment. There's no challenge to it. Anyway, Talana could only respond with silence. And with that, Erica spoke no more. He was probably done talking and wanted Talana to leave. Talana understood this, but even so, before leaving, she wanted to tell Erica one thing.
見事なゲームです、エリカ卿。
I'm not too sure about that, but okay.
探偵は勝利して当然ですから。
Not always.
あなたはベルンカステル卿の駒になる以前から実に見事な青き真実の使い手です。
I mean, it's even a trope about the one that got away. So, yeah, the detective mostly wins, but quite often there is, we'll have one loss that shows that they are human and not just some mechanical thing. I don't know. Anyway.
しかし、エリカ卿、人間に許されるのは青き真実だけです。そして青き真実に反論できるのは赤き真実だけです。
I'm also now realizing that the one that got away trope is quite possibly more linked with romance. But it is also a detective theme.
そして赤き真実は人間には許されていません。ならばどうやってあなたのお相手は彼の真実を示せばよかったのですか？
さあ、赤き真実に時に勝るとかいう例の黄金の真実とやらでも持ち出したらどうですか？
ゲームは確かにエリカ教の勝ちです。しかし真実の守護者として申し上げます。
何です？どうせ不愉快なことでしょうからそれを言ったらとっとと消えてください。
I'll be happy if it's unpleasant for you. Most joyous.
確かにこのゲームはエリカ教の勝ちです。しかし私が示したあなたを今も愛している青き真実の証拠6点は未だ否定されていません。あなたさえ人間それを否定する赤き真実を使えはしないのです。
探偵権限で84点の証拠を赤き真実に後に昇格させました。我が主のお力によって私は人間にして人間を超えた存在、探偵にして魔女、真実の魔女フルドエリカです。
Some slight contradictions in there, but oh well.
他に質問は？捨て台詞は？
ありません。それでは失礼いたします。
The Lana bowed and disappeared. After that, all that remained was a single witch of truth, laughing off a bitter past, with an equally bitter smile. Judging by the bedside clock, it was almost exactly midnight.
さーて、ひと寝入りさせてもらいますか。いよいよ2日目、10月5日の幕開けです。今頃どこかで今回の殺人が起こっているんでしょうかね。今回の犠牲者さん、せいぜいいろいろなダイイングメッセージをよろしくお願いしますね。
I don't think they've ever left dying messages that I can remember. I think once they did, but it was later on or something. Anyway. Yeah, not in the first Twilight from memory of any of the times. I wasn't expecting the Shattered that time. But yeah, Westminster Chimes. Anyway.
あなたの人生を最後まで支えるパートナーの話なのよ。
Ah, dear.
そうだよ。生涯一緒にいたい女性なんだ。
だからこそ真剣に決めなければいけないんでしょ。
You're saying he hasn't been careful?
どうしてそんな軽率に？
You don't know that. Ever and George could be seen beneath the eaves of the guest house. George had revealed his engagement with Shannon, but his anger had exploded almost instantly. It had been no more than George had expected, so he had responded with an ice-cold calm.
まさかもう関係を？子供ができたとか言われて結婚を迫られたんでしょう。
失礼だな。僕は婚前の貞操は厳しくあるべき主義なんだ。
じゃあどうして婚約なんて？
僕は求めた。
He said yes.
彼女は受けた。
Ah, close. Not quite.
それで成立じゃないか。
違うわ違うわ。結婚はね、あんたが思ってるような漫画か何かみたいに簡単なものじゃないの。先方のご両親は？
Really? Really? That feels bad. Don't know how else to put that. Wow. Yeah.
両家の交流は？あんた野良猫じゃないのよ。後ろ宮ジョージなのよ。ひょっ としたらおじい様の後継者に指名されるかもしれないこの時期にどうしてそんな軽率な。
I don't think you need to worry about relationships between the two families.
どうして母さんに相談してくれなかったの？
Because he knew what your reaction would be?
今こうして相談してるよ。
Well, that doesn't seem true. No, you're telling her.
いや、相談じゃないか。
Yeah, exactly.
これはただの報告だね。
There you go. That's the right answer.
おじい様の後継者に指名されるのは全く期待していや、むしろ辞退したいくらいさ。僕は自分の国と城を父さんがそうしたように何もない原野に築き上げたい。
あのね、父さんが今日までどれくらいの苦労をしあんたが真似てできるようなことじゃないの。今日までどれほどの運や偶然に助けられたことか。
Something break the sound, oh well.
そして母さんという良き理解者の伴侶がいたからだよ。さよは僕を支え、より強く生まれ変わらせてくれる人だ。母さんがたくましくなったと褒めてくれた今の僕は、彼女がいなかったらありえない。
いいジョージ。
Are you listening?
とにかくここは一度母さんに任せなさい。頭を冷やしてよーく考えて。シャノンちゃんだけがあなたに好意を持ってるわけじゃないのよ。
But she is the only one he's interested in? So why would that matter?
お見合いしたあゆみさんだってあなたのことをとても気に入ったそうよ。
初耳だね。
あなたも分かってると思ってたのよ。先方のご両親も大変あなたのことを気に入ってるそうよ。
At first I missed the also. It's like her parents being impressed by you says nothing about her thoughts.
もしあなたに父さんのように一国一城を築きたい夢があるなら、その手伝いができるのはあゆみさんの方でしょ。彼女の気持ちを裏切るの？
What's there to betray?
裏切るも何も。
Exactly.
僕はあゆみさんと特に交流があったわけじゃない。お見合いをして、その後親たちが勝手に盛り上がってるだけじゃないか。数度無理やり引き合わされたけど、僕たちは互いに目さえ合わせちゃいない。
あゆみさんは育ちのいい奥ゆかしい女性でしょ。男性のジョージに目を合わせるなんて恥ずかしいしぶしつけでできなかっただけよ。あなたが目を見て話してくれなきゃ気持ちが感じられないと言うなら、彼女にそう注意するわ。
Ever? Remember what he said? Sounds like he also wasn't trying to look into her eyes.
きっとこれからはあなたの目を見て話してくれるはずよ。
あゆみさんと結婚させたいのは、それが母さんにとって利するからさ。母さんの縁談には僕の気持ちがわずかほども含まれていない。
ジョージ、どうしてそんなことを言うの？母さんがあなたのことを考えないことなんてあった？
Just slight correction. Have you ever failed to think about what you think is best for him?
ないでしょ。親という漢字はどういう字？木の上に立って見ると書いて親なのよ。
Sometime, at some point, they'll leave a nest.
母さんたちはね、あなたよりはるかに高みから人生の遠くまでを展望してるの。
There's a couple of things. Entire future, that's excessive. Great height, now that just seems condescending. You don't get a life. It's my life lived for you.
そしてあなたが若さゆえの一時の感情で間違った道へ進もうとしているのが見えているの。
Even more condescension. Literally looking down on him. Is that the wording you want to use? Oh.
だからこうして憎まれることを承知で言ってるのよ。あんたがどうでもいい子だったらこんな喧嘩しないわ。
Oh, you definitely could. You most definitely could. Say, for example, that you didn't actually care about him, but on the other hand, if he got this other family to marry into the Ushimiya family, and that family would then give you, I don't know, 1 billion yen, you might be putting up a fight as well. Not saying that that's the case, of course, but it would be a condition that would lead to this fight happening, even without caring for him.
どこの変な女とでも勝手に結婚しなさいって放っておいてるわよ。
And definitely if you're wanting to belittle and antagonize him, you wouldn't want him to marry whatever strange girl. Like, you would very much try to prevent that at any cost and inhibit him in any way.
ジョージ、母さんに全て任せなさい。もうあなたはシャノンちゃんに会わなくていいわ。全部母さんたちで話をつけてあげる。大丈夫よ。シャノンちゃんにも悪いようにはしない。だってジョージに成長のきっかけをくれた人だものね。
I must say, I am surprised that you're acknowledging that. Oh, I would have entirely expected her to just completely deny, deflect, anything. That does actually surprise me. But still,
ちゃんとそれに配慮してあげるから。
doesn't change what you're trying to do.
だからあとはもう母さんたちに任せなさい。ジョージ。
Sometime during Eva's rage, tears had started to drip from her eyes. As though those tears had caused him to hesitate, George turned his back and sagged his shoulders. Even George is a child of man, after all. He understands that marriage requires nothing more than the love of two people. Can't get over his desire for his parents' acceptance. And so, trapped between the tears of a mother who has always helped him and the fiancée he chose. And there's only really one option there. Oh, or is he?
もういいよね。そろそろ。今日まで。
And here's George's answer.
立派に育ててもらって本当に感謝してる。僕もこう思って親になったら母さんみたいな親になるよ。
Are you sure that's necessarily what you want to aim for?
子供のために本当に戦える世界で一番尊敬できる親にね。
ジョージ。
Got his own path to follow now? With his back still towards her, George threw away his umbrella and slowly stepped out from beneath the eaves into the rain. Then, he slowly turned around. It was, without a doubt, the familiar face of Eva's beloved son. However, he was now his own man, self-controlled and independent enough that their blood connection might be forgotten.
もうそろそろいいと思うんだ。
何が？
It's alright.
いいんじゃないか母さん。ここからはもう親子の関係はなしで話そうじゃないか。僕はジョージ、君はエヴァ。親だからどうこうというのは抜きにして、互いの立場から本音をぶつけようじゃないか。君が僕を望み通りの相手と結婚させたい理由は経済的事情、世間体、それから未だいさかいのなくならないおじさんたちへの見栄、それ以外に何もない。いっそそれをすっきり認めてくれた方が潔いね。僕はこれから僕の立場だけで語るから、君もそうした方がいいんじゃないかな。
Are we gonna get some kind of like witch world shenanigans?
負けるよ君。
They'll put out their blue truths or something. No traces of love or respect for his mother remained in George's eyes. There was only a frigid glare as he gazed ruthlessly down at the witch who was trying to bind his future.
ジョージ、どうして母さんをそんな目で見るの？
今僕は母さんを見ていないからさ。
You have an obstacle?
僕の目に映っているのは僕の選び取ろうとする未来の前に立ちふさがる試練の壁だけさ。
I mean, a wall is an obstacle, so that counts as me predicting.
母さんだって人間だ。夢や野心があってそれを今も追い続けてるのを知ってる。そしてそれを素晴らしいと思う。自分の夢を決して諦めないことの大変さを僕たちは知っているのだから。
So I'll need to inherit your wonderful strength. I learned a lot from my parents, my friends, and sire, and I've grown.
その最後に学び獲得して完成されるのが本当の後宮ジョージという男なんだ。僕は今あなたという最後の壁を越える。
She's a barrier. Yeah, it sounds like he's already won over Hideyoshi. Oh. Which world shenanigans? Oh.
何？
What? What? Ever had disappeared? Pouring rain landed evenly across the ground everywhere. Excuse me? No. It was blocked very slightly in one place. However, was no one there? Standing on the ground isn't the only way to block the path of the rain. Above? Then, could it be a drop kick? What? Oh. Whichever. We are getting witch shenanigans.
いいわよ。本音をぶつけ合うのもたまにはいいじゃない。
Oh, okay. I was going to say, going back up here, I don't think it's perfect, but I do think he did a good job. Probably around here. Anyway, moving on.
私も行っちゃうわ。だからあなたも行っちゃえば。
In rain-filled sky, with the moon that shouldn't have been visible behind her. As the Golden Witch of the future, who had finally obtained everything of the Ushiramiya family. Even the drastic change in his mother's appearance didn't faze George. On the contrary, he seemed to be moved by her problems. because his mother had honestly and truly displayed her true nature. I mean, to be fair, he did call her a witch. This way I can confidently show her my true self.
行くよ母さん
Witch George?
エヴァこれが僕の君の束縛から踏み出る最初の第一歩だ
I'm also imagining just out of nowhere the game turns into a fighting stage against Eva. That would be hilarious though. Just have totally normal visual novel for like 6 games, and then partway through the game, just a fighting game section. With that first step, he felt something odd beneath his feet. He knew that this sticky sensation, different from that of mud, represented his mother's arrogance, trying to prevent him from making that first step.
小さい頃お話をたくさん読んであげたわね。あなたが大好きだった西遊記覚えてる？
懐かしい多分僕が一番最初に愛したファンタジーだ
Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, wanted to become a god and was tested by Buddha. If you can jump 3 from the palm of my hand, I would acknowledge your wish. Then, Sun Wukong managed to reach what he thought was the end of the world, and found 5 pillars standing there. Only to discover that they were Buddha's fingers, and that he still hadn't left Buddha's hand.
僕が母さんから決別すると宣言した第一歩それだと言いたいわけだね
あなたの反抗も葛藤も苦悩も根気もすべて私がすでに通ってきた道あなたのその第一歩など私という人生に飲み込まれる程度
It is his first step.
いつまで目を背けてるの見ちゃえば足元
George's feet, pitch black soaked by the pounding rain. Now, the worst thing I can imagine is Shannon's dead body and the mud that he's feeling is her blood. Was what appeared to be a slightly red tash that glowed ominous and blocked George's first step. It was deep, viscous, and it held George's foot in place. From Ebbie's perspective, as she gazed down from the sky, it looked like a vast red spiderweb that radiated out with George at the center. That's all so they can reuse that image, right?
これが僕さ
Favor budget.
生まれた時から数々の習い事で縛り付けられあんたの野望のためだけに育てられてきた僕の姿さ
いいえそれは違うわなら分かるようにしてあげる見せてあげるそして悟っちゃえば
Vast red spiderweb on the ground, scooped up George as easily as scooping scum out of a pot. Then lifted him into the air like a deer caught in a net, and swung him about. I don't think I've seen many deers caught in a net. I have seen them caught in headlights. Anyway, laughing insanely, Heather was as innocent and cruel as a grade schooler, happily swinging about a bag filled with her gym clothes.
たのか。
What happened on Tuesdays? Okay, what happened on Tuesdays?
覚えてるさ。ピアノ教室だよ。
え？
今でも猫踏んじゃったを聞くと背中の毛が逆立つね。
Not a piece I recognize.
幼稚園の頃はバイオリン教室だったわ。
Bit of a cat foot.
できる子はやってそうでしょ。あんた才能なさそうだったからね。
I don't like what you seem to be implying there.
途中でピアノに変えたけど。じゃあ水曜日は覚えてる？
I guess we'll find out the rest of his weekly schedule then on next time. I hope you've enjoyed. Let me know any feedback you have in the comments. And until next time, see ya.